Hello and welcome to week 7. Everything that you need to know for this week specifically is in the content listed below. I'm going to use this video just to give you a few things that I looked over. I rewatched the videos, my introductory videos from the last time I taught this course a year and a half ago, and there were a couple things that I put in the second week because I hadn't mentioned in the first week, so I wrote them down here. And then I'll just tell you a little bit about what we're covering this week, and then you'll be off to the races. So if you are allergic to watching these videos, which I can't say that I blame you, I'll just tell you the things that I wanted to cover, sort of tips. The first one is spoilers are okay in any context in the book discussions because it makes sure that you put the title of the book up top. And I know I said it in the introduction video for this section, but I will just reiterate. And in your response piece, also, anything that you want. I don't want you to do a big like plot recap for me. I've already read all those books, but don't worry about putting in major plot points. The other thing is your response piece is kind of your manifesto. The one reason that people don't have ever had to redo them is because they haven't found a theme or they haven't found something that they're hanging their hat on. So when you do your response piece, make sure that you have some sort of question that you're answering or a theory that you're putting forth. Don't I don't want to read. I don't want a book report. I think we're all beyond that. All right. Also, with your response piece, that's going to be a nice piece of writing. So if you come up with something that you are really impressed with and you want to put that in the discussion to spur discussion, by all means go ahead. That's not considered double dipping. It's actually a good use of your resource. Also, with your book blog, if you find something when you're looking for your blog titles, you find something great and you want to know if other people have read it, feel free to put that in the discussion and see if you get any response on that. Because we're reading full-length novels and discussing them, if you can read ahead, that would be great. The only week where it's really a big one is the science fiction fantasy. All of those are large books. So if you're like, oh yeah, I'll start my book on Sunday and I'll be done by Wednesday, maybe rethink. But they're all great. I loved them all. All right, so read ahead your novel as much as possible. Don't jump into discussion. Oh yeah, don't come in the last day and post in the discussion. It's so bad. Make sure that you visit 2 or 3 times a week at least. If you're away, I know that some people have travel plans and have mentioned that, and that's fine. But generally, you should be posting, I should see 3 different dates in your posts, just because that way it keeps it more conversational. Book talking. Oh, so I used to have a section on book talking, but you guys talked about a little bit. If you want to choose one of your response pieces and create a book talk for that, you can do it for one of them. I don't want a bunch of book talks because I feel like once you've got that skill down, you can pretty much make it correspond to any book. But you can do one. And okay, I think those are all of the things that I had in there. So for week 7, our content is hunting the elusive YA book. Not terrifically elusive. But so there are articles that I've got. There's YA evolution, children's books still, and all. Oh, so all right. So we have sort of 2 themes each week. The main theme for this is finding books and award winners, because award winners are, it's a good way to find quality books, particularly if if you're in high school but you're looking for something middle grade. That's how I do it. I don't stay current in middle grade at all, but I do look at the award winners. So we're looking at that. And then our secondary one is diversity. The woman who I taught this course with before, she and I, we were talking about diversity and having a section on diversity in this class, and we decided instead, why don't we just fold it in with everything else? So you'll notice that the majority of the titles are, non-white authors or, just stories of not sort of conventional middle-class white girl YA, which is sort of how it started out. Oh my gosh, I'm reading this now. It's not really, right now it's just the history of YA, but it's so good. I urge you to read it when you have time. Okay, so then I've got some booktubers. It's my nod to the internet. Serving conservative teens. Here, it's not as much of an issue, but I've had parents talk to me about, why is there so much sex and violence in YA? So you do want to have, sort of, I hate to say clean reads, but that's an article about that. Then, we're starting off with Roger Sutton, who I have a love-hate relation. I have no relationship with, but I like his writing a lot. But I met him in person once, and he was kind of pompous, but could have been me. I may bring that out in people. But The Discovery of Like-Minded Souls is just a really nice piece that he wrote for family readers that I liked, and I want you to read it. Then Anita Silvey's Has Newbury Lost Its Way? That's from 10 years ago, but it's Anita Silvey, who I adore, and it still, has some, there's always been some talk about are Newbery Award winners for children or for teachers and librarians? And then Prize Portal just talks about the different prizes. So you can read, I do want you to read the Roger Sutton and Anita Silvey, and probably the Horn. I want you to read all these, but I know what time is like. You know how much time you're supposed. I think doing the math, it's 11.5 hours for the for a 12-week course. So spend 11.5 hours doing your work, and whatever you get in there is what you get in there. You have to do your blog, your novel, and your response piece. And you have to get your discussion going. So however many of the articles you can do, but don't kill yourself if you find that it's that you're spending 20 hours on this because of the reading, then, something's got to give, and I'm fine with that. So I was a little inspired by Christy because she has so many resources. So I did beef mine up a little bit, but don't feel like everything is, 100% necessary. The discussion will fall from itself. Fall from itself? That doesn't sound right. All right, so we're reading Poet X, The Word That Saved My Life. You Bring the Distant Near, and Echo. I love all 4 of these books. They are so good. So we're going to read those this week and talk about them in the discussion. You're getting your blogs up. Somebody asked me about how the blog works. It's an actual blog. Make one. It's a skill that if you haven't done it before, it's pretty easy, but it'll give you confidence when you do it. And it makes it easy for me to just click the link and go right there whilst grading. Okay, I think that that's all that I have. I hope that you have a great first week, and I will see you on the boards. I don't post much in the boards, but I like the, is it the FAQ, the discussion that Christy built? I think so. There were 2 of them. Oh, Student Cafe, that's just you. So yeah, if you post something in the FAQ, if you have a question that you think will be, that others will be interested in knowing the answer to, feel free to put it there. And the email and Canvas works for me, my Salem State email, whatever you need, I'm around. So that's it. Have a great week, and I'll see you on the boards. Bye.